we believe that our views are perfectly regular and probably reflected by the great majority of the population. We believe that a child cannot change sex. In fact, nobody can change sex. And indeed, that particular point of view was held up in the court in the ruling regarding Maya Forstater. So my beliefs are worthy of respect in a democratic society.
And who belongs to your group?
It's parents of children who have declared that they believe themselves to be transgender.
OK, so you're a support group for parents.
Correct.
And what has happened to these children so far? Have they found that social services have intervened or the schools have intervened in the transgender issue, or are the parents just worried that they may?
All of the above. We have a great number of members, some of whom had their children transitioned at school without their knowledge, all the way through to people, parents whose children have completed the process and have lost secondary sex organs, primary sex organs, and everything in between. We have parents who are just frightened because their child has just mentioned that they might be transgender.
And what age are the children from the youngest to the oldest that are involved in this?
They're absolutely adolescent, so we're talking 12 to 25, very few outside that age range.
Sorry, what's the youngest?
12.
12. OK, so it's secondary school pupils who go into school and they say that they identify no longer as their sex they were born, but something else. The school or social services jump on it, or parents are just worried. You're a support group, really, to help them. So you go along to Metro Bank and you say to Metro Bank...
Well, we've been growing and we're now international. We have branches in Canada, Australia, East Coast USA, West Coast USA, and of course the UK where we started. So we realised that we need to get a bit more professional. And we originally had a bank account that was geared up to be a community bank account, so the sort of bank account that a women's institute or a bowls club might have.
And who did you have that with?
That was with Metro Bank.
OK, so that was fine. And then you wanted to upgrade it?
To a business account because we incorporated as a limited company, a not-for-profit, limited by guarantee. And yes, we just wanted to, because we'd grown, it was part of our growth plan.
And you ring up Metro Bank and you say, I want to upgrade my account, and Metro Bank says...
come in, fill in the forms, we'd be delighted. This was about a month ago. So I went through the whole process, spent a lot of time filling in the forms, answering questions about, where the money comes from. It's all donations. It's all small individual donations.
So they did all the proper money laundering checks. Those were no problem at all.
Exactly.
Because you're small donations. And then somebody rings you or you ring them?
They ring me.
And they say...
I'd like to talk about your account opening. And by this point, we'd already signed the mandate. So I was thinking they're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's at this point. And then she said, well, we're not going to complete opening your account.
Right. Now, I've got a statement I'll read out later from Metro Bank, but Metro Bank denies that this was politically motivated. Did you at any point tell Metro Bank your political views?
No, but I didn't think they were relevant.
It wasn't part of the form filling, and you didn't have to say what the purpose of your group was?
No, and I don't think our group is political. Our group is an adolescent safeguarding organisation. We help parents safeguard the health and well-being of their children. We're not political. Yes, we seek to influence policy where we think policy is going to endanger children. Obviously, recently there's been pressure on the upcoming Conversion Practices Bill. So we take an interest in that because there's a risk that that bill could endanger the health and well-being of children.
So Metro Bank, the quote that you've given is the content of your website conflicts with the culture and ideas we're pushing. So that implies that Metro Bank read your website. You hadn't forwarded it to them. You hadn't tried to persuade anyone at Metro Bank of your views.
No, no, absolutely not. No, it was part of the account opening process. Do you have a website?
So on this call, you get told your views conflict with the culture of Metro Bank. And how does the conversation continue from there?
I said, "Oh, really? I'd better write that down." She then told me that she had LGBTQ affinity groups in the bank, which suggested to me that they had influenced the decision-making process. Although ostensibly they're established to support each other and stop LGBT people being discriminated against, they themselves are very politically active. So it would not at all surprise me.
And are you looking at any other banks?
Yeah, obviously we need a business banking account for our limited company, and we'd be delighted to hear from any prepared to host us.
That's an excellent point on which to finish, Keith. Thank you very much. If there is any bank out there that is looking to advance freedom of speech, you've got a customer. Metro Bank told us that we cannot comment on individual accounts. Any decision not to open an account will be based on a variety of reasons, such as commercial, legal and regulatory factors, including money laundering, and it is not based on the personal or political beliefs of the individual organisation.